Hey everybody, today on Road to the Show I'm taking on the New York Yankees and traveling to Yankee Stadium. You can see the Yankee Stadium right there. The Blue Jays, the team that I am on, is 15-5, and the Yankees are 9-11, so they're scuffling a little bit here in early 2017. I've actually only been to Yankee Stadium 2 times. In 2014, I went and saw the Pirates. When the Pirates played the Yankees, it was a weekend, so it was a Saturday and a Sunday, and it was pretty tough because the games were sold out. There's a lot of Pirates fans that traveled up and just to see the stadium, so there's a lot of competition during batting practice, and I got 4 balls each day, so 8 total in the 2-game stretch there. And at Yankee Stadium, they come around and kick you out of the bleachers during batting practice. It's like after the Yankees hit, maybe like 45 minutes after the gates open. I don't know if it's still like this, but they came around and they checked everyone's ticket, and if you weren't ticketed in that section, you had to go. So luckily I did have seats out in the outfield, so I was able to stay, but a lot of other people weren't so lucky and had to go back into the upper deck or wherever they came from. And New York is only about a 6-hour drive from Pittsburgh, so it's actually not that bad. It's doable. I mean, if I do Cincinnati so often, it's only really like an extra hour farther than Cincinnati is in terms of drive time. And after popping up in my first at-bat, here I'm going deep. That one's going to be right over the bullpen. That is the visitors' bullpen out there, if I'm not mistaken. And that was a no-doubt shot off of Masahiro Tanaka. So, I mean, he's probably their best pitcher. He's their number one. He's their ace. So doing it off of him is no small task. Sometimes the better pitchers in these Road to the Shows have the most success at shutting me down. Don't really need to watch the replay here. And it looks like I'm going to get to play the field a little bit. Here's Brian McCann. He's actually on the Astros now, playing down in Houston. And speaking of Houston, I was looking at some possible flights to different cities, and I was looking at Spirit Airlines because I was looking at flying to Atlanta and checking out SunTrust Park, and it would cost me literally like maybe $40 to $50 round trip, non-stop flight to fly to Atlanta. The only downfall is I'd have to drive to Cleveland to do it, because out of Pittsburgh they only basically fly to Florida right now. But this summer they're going to be adding some new destinations from Pittsburgh. It looks like they're going to be adding Las Vegas, which there's no Major League Baseball team in Las Vegas, but it would be easy to catch a connecting flight to one of the West Coast cities out there. They're also going to, there's a home run by the way, they're also going direct to Houston, which is why I was reminded of this whole little story. And they're also going to go direct to Los Angeles from Pittsburgh, so that might open up some more routes for me. I haven't ever been to California before, so I would definitely like to get out there. It's probably not going to happen this year because we're expecting another baby to be born in July. I would really like to get out there and just see all the California stadiums. The closest I'll probably get is probably just spring training this year. I'll be going to spring training in, looks like about a little over 2 weeks now. I'll be out in, I haven't really decided where I'm going to stay. I just know I'll be in the Phoenix area. I really want to go and see every single stadium. I know I'm not going to be able to see a game at every stadium because I'm only going to be there for basically the weekend. But I would like to go around, and since they're close, and just see every stadium and put the drone up and take some footage over those stadiums when there's not games, of course, maybe like 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock at night when nobody's there, so I don't get in trouble. Well, it's late in the game now. It's 4-3, 8th inning. I have to hit a home run here because if I don't hit a home run, I just don't think it's going to happen, even with 1 out. Oh, I've lined out, so that might be it. Let's see if that's the ball game. Well, not quite yet. I have to play a little bit of defense here. I was thinking about maybe requesting a position change, by the way. I can't play third base because Donaldson's already there. Can't take shortstop because Tulo's already there. Those would be my probably 2 preferred positions. Let's see it. Who they have at first and second? First base, you got Edwin Encarnacion, so that's probably out. And so second base is probably the only option I could really go to. Anyway, we just lost that first game 4-3. That's kind of a heartbreaker, losing by 1 run to a division rival. I mean, the Yankees are probably going to hang around all season, hover around 500, so they could possibly sneak into the playoffs. And this is actually the 3rd game of the series. I was benched for the first game of the series because this manager here has been benching me quite often. Typically, I sit 1 game per series. I guess he just doesn't like my defense, or he would just rather get some random AAA level player in there over a guy that has like 40-some home runs here. All right, just get me up to bat. Let's go. All right, so here's the Yankees batting order. Jacoby Ellsbury, who they gave a boatload of money to and overpaid for, leads it off. Brett Gardner's hitting 6th. You would think he'd be a little bit higher up there, maybe like 1st or 2nd, but here I am. I think my goal here, I'm going to try to hit ZACK HAMPLE a home run ball. So I'm looking to go to right center, and I actually go more right. His seat is, I think it's like the 2nd section over on the aisle. So I just missed him there. Sorry, Zach. Try to get you a game home run. I want to say that Zach was at 4 of the games that I attended last year. He went to PNC Park twice because he went once in May against the Rockies when I just had a huge game. I think I had like 16 in batting practice that day. And then he came back in September, and I think he ended up getting like a ground rule double in that game or something. I also saw him at Progressive Field, and I ran into him in Baltimore. So, saw him 4 times this year. I think he was featured in 3 of my videos. I record every single game I go to, so he was definitely in 3 of those. I think at the Baltimore game, I stayed in left field for pretty much the entire batting practice, and he mostly was over on the flag court and right, so we didn't really cross paths too often at the Baltimore game. This one might be fair. Well, I just don't have the range out there. I need to really spend some points on my fielding. You know, those training points that you get. Need to improve my range and reaction and arm and everything. All right, let's see if I can get Zach a ball now. Going out to right center is where I'm looking. And you know Zach is on the edge of his seat ready to pop up. Yankee Stadium is really nice in right center because it's not all that deep, and righties can easily flip balls out there just as well as lefties. And that one's going to be definitely gone, but that's going to be too far right field again. So second deck of right field. It's pretty crowded out there in right field, so I don't think Zach could pull off any crazy maneuvers to get to that one. And this one might turn into a blowout soon. Let's check what the score is right now. I forgot to look during the at-bat. We're not going to watch the replay here, so... I pressed X because I didn't want to hit the replay. 8-2. So I get another at-bat here. 7th inning, 8-2. This might be your last chance, Hample. I'm looking right field, and it's going to be some sort of like off-speed pitch. So I was out in front, but that one's way gone. That's into that second deck out in left field. That's a pretty good shot. You don't see too many balls go up there. Off Dylan Betances, so... You know Randy Levine is just probably up in the president's suite, just grinning ear to ear, like all happy that Dylan Betances has given up home runs in a blowout game to kind of mess up his earned run average. Randy Levine, by the way, just for some reason hates Dylan Betances and totally ripped him and put him down after the Yankees beat Betances in the arbitration process. What was that, like last week? And that's probably my final at bat. So I rip a base hit, bases are loaded, get some training points, and that is going to be it. So we pound the Yankees there. Final score is 12-2. So we drop one, we win one. Our overall record is 16-6. So we're in first place there by 2 games. The Orioles are on a 5-game winning streak. Thanks again for watching, everybody. I went and did some hitting today, so look for that tomorrow.